You more for less.
Why wait till 4? Good Afternoon Kentucky. Weekdays at 3 on ABC. ABC 36 News starts now.
Welcome into Good Day Kentucky. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. And we have a lot coming up on GDK today.
But first, let's get a check of your forecast with meteorologist Dylan. Good day. Dylan, I understand we have some more weather to track here coming up in a day or so?
Yeah, by tomorrow afternoon and evening, we will be seeing another risk of strong to severe thunderstorms. So after a nice weekend and, of course, the devastating tornado there on Friday night, we're getting right back into the swing of things with some active weather here to start this week. This is a live look at the Kentucky Horse Park. We've had some cloud cover roll on in that's disrupting some of the sunshine. We're at 64 though here in the Lexington area, expected to climb around 10 more degrees. It is a little bit warmer across southern and south central Kentucky. Somerset at 66, 67 there in Monticello. Those areas do have a low end risk of some stronger storms. Today's threat is very isolated. We will increase that risk though as you head into later portions of the week. Tomorrow into tomorrow evening being the time frame that we're really watching. So as you head throughout the day today, that isolated chance south and west of Lexington. If you're in Scott County, if you're in Bath County, if you're in Nicholas County, if you're in Clark County, I don't think you see much of anything at all today. It's really south and to the southwest of Lexington that we will be tracking that risk of strong to severe storms. This is a look at your severe weather threat map. Now, there is a level 1 severe risk out for Somerset up towards Casey County, down to Russell, Wayne counties, McCreary, Whitley counties, and far southwestern portions of Laurel County. This is for mainly just some damaging winds, maybe some hail within some storms that do move on in. They're going to be moving out of the northwest to the southeast. Now, tomorrow, watch as this area of concern expands. We do have a level 2 out of 5 risk for most of the area. Just to our west, there is a level 3 out of 5 risk as well. And all forms of severe weather are on the table with a flash flooding risk. So tomorrow's the day you want to make sure you are staying weather aware. The ABC 36 Storm Team will, of course, be here to provide updates for you. So make sure you're staying with us. We'll have the full details coming up in your full forecast.
And we're standing by for you, Dylan. Thank you. Well, the recovery is just beginning after deadly storms devastated parts of Kentucky this weekend.
We go now to ABC 36's Walker Simmons, who is live in London with more on the damage, the relief efforts underway, and how the community is coming together.
Hey, Doug, Lisa. Yeah, guys, this right now where I am is just right outside the airport along that trail, and just the devastation that we're seeing. It's hard to put into words. If you can just see from this angle of where I am, widespread damage and devastation, homes completely leveled, missing floors and stories, brick and mortar buildings missing parts of their building, completely torn out. Just, you know, it's our job as reporters to kind of explain to you what we see, and looking at this scene right now, that's difficult to do, just looking at this devastation and how folks are starting to begin that rebuilding process now days removed. And looking overall for this year, 2025, for the state of Kentucky, just something to note is the amount of severe weather this state has faced. From January, we saw incredible ice storms and then 2 major historic flooding events. And now we're seeing a devastating tornado hitting a community here in London and other counties across the state. And talking now about relief efforts and ways folks are helping and bringing aid to these communities. It's continual and an overflow. We've heard officials say they've been receiving just nonstop support. We're seeing that on Facebook. We're also seeing that on the ground from, folks just helping where it's needed or setting up tents and handing out food. So the state of Kentucky is coming together, and we're continuing to monitor those relief efforts and just these scenes as we move throughout these communities. We'll bring you the latest on air and online at WTVQ.com. But for now, live in London, Walker Simmons, ABC 36 News Now.
Okay, and as Walker mentioned, the governor mentioned over the weekend, during his time as governor, 14 natural disasters under his watch, 13 of them weather-related. So it does feel like we've certainly had our unfair share of tragedy.
And like Walker said, recovery efforts continue in Laurel and Pulaski counties as the death toll increases from this weekend's deadly tornado.
So according to the governor, the death toll is now up to at least 19, with the latest confirmed death, a woman from Russell County. Others confirmed death include one in Pulaski County, 17 in Laurel County, including a firefighter, Major Leslie Roger Leatherman, who was fatally injured while responding to the damage from the tornado. Governor Beshear says 10 survivors who were injured are recovering at UK Hospital. 3 remain in critical condition.
And meanwhile, Governor Beshear says emergency management teams are conducting damage assessments to help the state apply for federal assistance. The governor says the state's Team Kentucky Storm Relief Fund is also accepting donations to help pay for the funerals of the victims and to help survivors rebuild. Now, according to Beshear, the area will need a lot of help.
And so we need the whole world right now to be really good neighbors to this region. We're going to need a lot of help. We're going to need a lot of funding. We're going to need a lot of cooperation, but we will not abandon the people that have been impacted. We're going to stand with them. We're going to help lift them up, and we're going to move forward.
Governor Beshear is asking survivors to document their damage to help with the application process for FEMA assistance.
One woman has been identified in Russell County after she passed away during the storms. The Russell County Coroner's Office says that they were called to the State Dock Marina in Jamestown on Saturday night, where they found 93-year-old Deborah Elderman from Richmond, Indiana, dead due to carbon monoxide poisoning. The coroner's office says she was borrowing a person's generator to bring power to her place after it was knocked out. During the preliminary findings, the generator was not used since last year, and they believe the generator was malfunctioning, resulting in Edelman's death.
Meanwhile, in Laurel County, the fiscal court sharing new video of the widespread damage left behind from this weekend's tornado. Officials there say its emergency management office has been swamped with offers of assistance from all over the country. Officials say anyone who wants to help can buy gift cards for families affected by the tornado at grocery stores, home improvement stores, restaurants, local businesses, and other places where gift cards are accepted. And you can also donate to the United Way of Laurel County or go to a GoFundMe account set up specifically to help disaster victims.
This morning, classes are canceled for students in Pulaski and Laurel counties because of the storms. The Laurel County Public School District says their students were impacted by the severe weather. According to officials, the school's Family Resource and Youth Service Centers are reaching out to students to offer support and counseling. Meanwhile, in Pulaski County, the district says classes are canceled for today due to power outages and debris on the roads. But Pulaski County officials say they're hoping to resume classes tomorrow.
The American Red Cross quickly opened shelters like this one in London to offer safe places, warm meals, and even support for pets. Disaster teams and partners are working around the clock to help families in need. A new reception center is also open at the New Life Church in Ferguson, Kentucky, offering snacks, charging stations, and vital info. If you need help, call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Well, now to the latest on the number of power outages in the state. We've got a live look for you now at the power outage map for Kentucky. And right now we are seeing around 9,000 homes and businesses without power, and that's down from the more than 172,000 customers without power when those storms hit Saturday morning.
An ABC 36 update now. Officials say one of the 2 teenagers reported missing after a shots fired incident last week in Lexington has been found dead in Harrison County. The coroner's office says crews found the body of 16-year-old Ali Nakvi Saturday on Russell Cave Road in Harrison County. The search continues this morning for 15-year-old Aoun Basebos. Police say the teens were last seen getting into the back of a white Acura on Sunday, May 11th, after a shots fired incident on Spangler Drive. Now, according to officers, that car was later found at the Lauradale Market on Russell Cave Road in Lexington. 2 people from the store are now charged with tampering with physical evidence. A 17-year-old and 47-year-old Jesus Reyes Rodriguez.
In Harrison County, a man is now safe after a rescue from a small island. According to search and rescue crews yesterday, they rescued a man trapped on an island behind a distillery. Officials say the man was trapped near the old Lair Bridge and airport boat ramps.
Cleanup continues after a fire at the Toyota plant in Georgetown. Scott County Emergency Management says a fire started in the plant's car wash section and then spread to the insulation between the roof and the machine. 2 buildings were evacuated while crews worked to extinguish the fire. Officials say no one was hurt.
Well, now to the latest on former President Joe Biden. This morning, an outpouring of support for Biden, who has been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
As ABC's Nicole D'Antonio reports, a spokesperson says Biden is now reviewing treatment options.
This morning, reaction pouring in for former President Biden after he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. A spokesperson for the 82-year-old says the diagnosis comes after a small nodule was found in the former president's prostate. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer characterized by a Gleason score of 9.
A Gleason 9 prostate cancer is more aggressive, which means that it can grow more quickly and can be more likely to spread.
Mr. Biden's spokesperson says while this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. And this morning, an outpouring of support from across the globe. President Trump posting on social media, quote, "Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family." Former President Obama praised former President Joe Biden's work on supporting research for cancer treatment, saying, quote, "Nobody has done more to find breakthrough treatments for cancer in all its forms than Joe, and I'm certain he will fight this challenge with his trademark resolve and grace." And former British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak sharing on social media saying, quote, "Too many men are struck by this disease. We must continue to raise awareness of the danger it poses. Wishing Joe all the best for his treatment." President Biden launched his cancer moonshot in 2022 after his son Beau died from brain cancer 10 years ago this month. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer and the second leading cause of cancer death among men in the U.S., according to the National Institutes of Health.
Which means that there is an opportunity for an additional form of treatment which can improve his outcome.
Biden has mostly stayed out of public view since leaving office in January, but he did appear on The View earlier this month. Sources say Biden spent the weekend at home in Delaware reviewing treatment options with his family. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, coming up, Dylan has your full forecast.
And still ahead, the City of London is stepping up recovery efforts, opening a command center and debris drop-off site to help residents clean up and rebuild after the storm. We'll have the details coming up next.